Say,
yeah, Mr. Culture.
I'm worried about your camera. Okay, all right, umnan. Right, ba?
Ay, nage hantle ntate Culture wena.
Yeah, ngifuna i-camera yakho kube ngathi ihlala straight nyana, wona.
Okay.
Yeah, ingadlali kakhulu. Sure. Hey, lochan balaleli beka Paul Culture the people live. Namhlanje kungolosibili. Angikhambi ngedwa, ngikhamba no Cheez, Beezy. Ozositshela ukuthi ukuyaphi wenzani. Beezy ngani wenzani. Yo, what's up my nigga? What's up my man? Yo.
Hey, yeah, man, no, thank you, ntate Culture. Kalibito ke Thapelo Mofokeng. Better known as Cheez Beezy. I'm a Sotho rapper. I do music in Sotho. So I'm based in KwaMhlanga, in Mandela, in KwaNdebele. So yeah, I've been doing music for so long now, for so many years. Since 2007, as a backup artist for Umamam Nobabwami, who were back then gospel artists. So in 2013, I started becoming my own very artist. I became a rapper then. You know, since 2013, I've been pushing.
Yeah, okay. Since 2013.
Yes, since 2013.
Yeah, sekudala ukugame ndoda. Yo.
Yeah, no. It's been a while.
So Cheez Beezy ukhulelaphi kwaMhlanga then awusitshele nje ngokukhula kwakho ukuthi mhlambe uyi-out enjani, family structure yakho ukuthi mhlambe ijame njani, esikolweni wathomaphi wagcinaphi, into esifana nalezo. Sithole nje i-background yakho yokukhula ukuthi mhlambe ukhule out enjani.
Okay, well, Cheez Beezy is a gospel groomed kid. Yeah, Bona. I'm from a family that believes in God. Ubabwami no mamwami are both pastors, so you can imagine the background. You know, I grew up esontweni. You know, I was one of the kids who was playing the keyboard esontweni. Yeah, I was one of those kids esontweni. So I grew up in a family that believes in God, and ikwamhlanga mina la ngikhulele khona iMandela is it's a very ghetto kasi, you know, to be quite honest. For into bengiyenza mina from 2013, you know, I'm from a space where bebathanda ukusibiza ngabo myoyo, you know. But you wanna Cheez umyoyo. You know, Cheez easily yo. So I'm from that kind of situation where I had to be strong. I had to understand ukuthi kaslam veleli ghetto. They don't really understand into engiyenzayo. But they will understand if I'm consistent and ngibonisa ukuthi ngiserious ngayo. So as time goes on, iminyaka mayiloku iya they saw ukuthi okay, no, untwana into ayenzayo, it's actually a serious thing. You know, they started seeing me shooting videos, shooting pictures, performing at events, getting to hear more music from Cheez Beezy. It's been that way since. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
So, hi, how are you?
Unfortunately, I'm on a live. This is a live interview. This is Paul Culture.
Hi.
Paul Culture, angmazi lo sisi, but uthi hi.
Bafuna ukushuta nawe.
Yo.
Hello.
Paul Culture.
Hi. Cheez Beezy fans, how are you?
Bye-bye.
All right. So Cheez. So yeah, this thing here.
So in Culture.
Yeah. So that angle hip hop that angle hip hop ithomaphi?
Anguzwa?
That angle hip hop ithoma nini? Who introduced you to hip hop?
So that angle hip hop shuthi manje iqale ngalendlela leyo ukuthi I was in grade 8 in 2013, and then kwaba nomngane ozakimi like as ukuthi this guy can sing, because mina I can't only rap but I can sing as well. So when the guy heard ukuthi this guy can sing, he was like, hey my man, I need you on a song, I want to feature you. No, ngifuna ukukufeature kwenye ingoma yami. Uyangizwa Butkaji?
Yeah, ngiyakuzwa kamnandi.
Okay, I thought lama earphone azoyenza ukuthi ngikuzwe but ngathi angikuzwa kahle.
No, ngiyakuzwa kamnandi.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can hear you now. So
Yeah,
this
sure.
guy came to me, he was like, no, compared to I heard ukuthi you can sing, so I want you on a song. And I was like, tata up logo ukuthi I can sing. The guy's like, no, compared to, you know, the entire school knows ukuthi you can sing. Ever since ufigile la iskela, you know, like people can hear it. Okay, no, Beezy can sing. I was like, okay, cool. So at that point in time, I wasn't even called Cheez Beezy. I was called the Cheez Boy. So kancane ngiya kule ndaba yokuthi kuze njani ngibizwe Cheez Beezy. So from then, the guy took me one day, say studio. That was the first time I went to the studio for a hip hop session. So I went there for a hip hop session in Umchita. We got there. There was a guy called MJK by then. So MJK was the guy who did Ipite Ngoma Yami Yokuqala, where I was rapping and singing. That was my first song. The guy was called MJK. Now he's called 45 Me. So when the guy, you know, met me, he was like, "Oh, so I heard you can sing, dog." I'm like, "Yeah, ish, nyazama fed." So we started recording, and then you know, you can record a song, and then afterwards, kuzale a process ukuthi le ngoma lesibizana, ubani featuring bani. So when it got to that point, mina I didn't know what to say. They're like, "Bra, manje igama lakho sekubiza Thapelo ori, yabo?" I was like, "No, I don't know. Let me think about it." They were like, okay, so Pala Cheez Boy, the way back Bizanga again. So I didn't like the name. I was like, Cheez Boy, inkinga, we have different kinds of ngatin. The way bachaza I Cheez Boy ngakon. We have different types of explanations towards Cheez Boy. Omunye umuntu angathi Cheez Boy, umuntu obuya from a family erich. Omunye umuntu angathi Cheez Boy, who is a young, handsome guy. You know, so mostly, I've always been loved by chicks. Hence, you can see, there's a lot of girls who are here actually, but lawyer had, you know, she's manje ube nale courage ukuthi eze duze azobulisa. So it's a complex, as you can see. Yeah, so it's been that situation where that's why I've been busy with Cheez Boy, because in Tando Mantombazana and all that. So
Yeah.
I was like, no, guys, let's write Cheez Beezy instead of Cheez Boy. They were like, Cheez Beezy. I'm like, yes, write Cheez Beezy instead of Cheez Boy. They were like, why? I was like, that's a better name than Cheez Boy, because I didn't like it. They were like, okay, cool. So the way they belong upon Cheez Beezy, bengafani nale way ngibhala manje, yabona abutifere. Yeah, so bengabhalwa ngaleyo ndlela leyo. Then as time goes on, igama leli laqala langilandela. Esikolweni baqala bangibiza Cheez Beezy, bajwayele ukuthi okay, umyoyo loya uzibiza ngo-Cheez Beezy, yabona. Then fast forward, kuba nama events esikolweni abo cultural day, uyabona intonyana ezifana nalezo esikolweni. So I started participating to say, you know, because I want to be known as a Cheez Beezy. Truly, ngizodinga ukuthi vele participate to grow my name. Then from then I participated, started performing, and then yaqala lento ya spread out of the school. Yabona esikolweni ngaba famous, yaphuma esikolweni yaba sekasi manje. Khona intwana ebathi Cheez Beezy, untwana blind untwana, yabona. And just like that, that's how I started growing my name. Kancane. As I started growing my name, I met a lot of people. I met people like Abo Mantingelani. I met so many people. Yeah. I met those people. You know, I met Abondevu. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of artists. Gule game. I met Abolilo. I met Abo Sanzalo way back. That was like, I think 2014, 15. So, and then when I started working with Abo Manchingelani under Umanchingelani, he beat sentence. So when I started working with Manchingelani, I was there with 45 mil, who was then back then MJK. He changed his name recently. So Untanga, we started being a tech team now. We became a tech team besizbiza nge-Loyal Fam. I-Loyal Fam beyenza music we-hip hop. And then umantshingelani nondevu, they sticked on doing umculo we-house.
House, yeah.
So
And
too much.
yeah, ngiyambona.
Yeah, too much. We would go to so many events. We went to Abo Murula San. By the time Murula San is own out back then. So we had a manager as well at that time. Bespusha, you know, we were fighting. Umantingelano was our leader and so on. But as time goes on, you know, as artists, it's not differences. And we are cooler, we are experimenta, uzamukuzikhulisa now as an artist. Akunamuntu okuguidayo. So you end up feeling like, yeah, into so right. Akunamuntu okutshelayo ukuthi into so right or wrong. But when you end up doing that on your own, saying, ay, cabanga ukuthi mangaya la ngenzeka into so. Mangaya la ngenzeka into so. So me and 45 mil saba nama differences wethu sahlukana ke. Yabona sahlukana namajita. Well, we still fine. The situation is a grand, it's a mageng the way, you know, we need to support each other regardless of our differences. So sahlukana kanjalo ke na ngastakanyana ngenxa yokuthi bengana studio, bengana la ngayo recorda khona. You know, there's a lot that happened. But as time goes on, ngafuna ngathola la khona ngizorecorda khona. For leso sikhashanyana leso ngarecorda ingoma one leyo. Mina I've always been one person ukuthi ngiphusha ngaloku enginako, lokho enginganako ngikulanda ngaloku enginako. So ingoma leyo ngayithatha ke ngaphusha yona ngiyo ke yangifaka entweni eziningi ebengibiza nge-proud of myself, uyabona. So ingoma leyo vele ngiyo ngifaka entweni yaqala yangenza ukuthi ngaziwe. But now kugcina kwenzakala indaba ukuthi abantu bathi no, untwana yi-one hit wonder. But untwana yi-one hit wonder. Why untwana shaya ingoma eyi-one? Why aloku aphusha nge-proud of myself leyo? Futhi akakwazi ukurecorda ezinye ingoma. Uyayibona? So kube ijive phela ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi angikhona ukuthi ngarecorda full time the way ngifuna ngakhona cause angina studio. And mina like umkhwakhona vele azange ngathanda ukuba ne-studio. I-studio ngifila ngathi umsebenzi omningi and ngifila ngathi umsebenzi omunye umuntu angithola mina ngibizelwe ukuba behind the mic and then kunomuntu obizelwe ukurecorda the person behind the mic. So mina that's how I feel like. So kanjalo as time goes on ngaphusha man, you know, we've done so many things. I've worked with so many people. Relocate from KwaMhlanga. I've moved to Joburg. That was like 2018. I moved to Joburg, ngahlala ra. I was working nabantu abafana nabo physics, abo tipu. You know, I've worked with so many people. And then ngabuya. Mangbuya, I kept on pushing. You know, when you relocate from your home and then you come back, you relocate and then impilo leya ebayibona where you are staying currently. It's like mawubuya lana usaphila impilo leyo and then they start saying, we local culture. Uyayibona ne? Impilo leya akasayiphili. Uyayibona? So it's been one of those situations. But ngahlala, you know, I mean, there's no place like home. Ngahlala ekhaya. I kept on pushing khona la ekhaya with whatever I had, you know. And ngarecording ngoma bathi Atomic. I kept on pushing. Ikasi sathathela phansi ukuthi lingangisupporta ngaleyo ndlela leyo ngifuna ukuthi lingisupporte ngayo. Because you know when you're not doing big things, it's like if you are not on TV yet, ikasi lithathele ekudeni ukuthi ngakusupporta ngale ndlela wena ofuna ngakhona. So yeah, well, loyo nyaka loyo, that was then I started having my first debut on TV. I was on Daily Theatre. That was then people started noticing, hey, untwana musi, hey, untwana uyaphusha, hey, what? Yeah, makuvela bo Daily Theatre, that's when bastarta ukuphakamisa amehlo, kwavela i-BBC National TV, kwavela i-Britain radio station, kwavela ziningi man, ziningi, kwavela the remix essay. And in the remix essay, that was when we met Isno Manchingelani. Manchingelani was there as well. He was part of the competition. So, you know, it gave us hope. So, at least the one but still, I felt like, but I'm not being noticed because I'm not only doing it for Ikaslam, but I'm also doing it for Impumalanga as a whole, my province as a whole. You know what I mean? Push still, but it was the hardest thing. So, our fere, sharp sharp. Ewan, angizoputi. Ngikre ndindaba ngiku-interview Thabo. Tara. Sharp sharp. Yeah. So yabona, one of the things that you need to understand, mahamba nami uzohlezi ubuliswa ngaleyo ndlela leyo. Ugcina sodineka ukuthi isibhizi kanti wena bakulothisa kangangani mthana kunini.
All right, sure, Brian.
Yeah. So that was like in a nutshell, that's a journey I got Cheez Beezy, you know. That's how I kept on pushing and all that.
No, nice one, Cheez Beezy. So kule game the hip hop motivate ubani ngiwaphi ama-artist bewalalela by that time bakwenza ukuthi mhlawumbe ubereke this famous artist?
Mina yabona, to be quite honest, angkhethululi when it comes to music. I listen to a lot of gospel music. I listen to a lot of hip hop music. I listen to a lot of R&B music. So Melo music, it's a fuse of hip hop, R&B, gospel a bit. So I've listened to people like Abo Casper. Casper is a very multi-talented artist, and he's one of the people that really inspires me in terms of the hustle. You know, Abo KO. It's one of the people that I grew up listening to. I've listened to AKA as well a lot. You know, a lot. I've listened to Abo El Tido. Those are the people I grew up listening to, and then throughout my career, I've been listening to these people because these are big people that the industry had given us. You know, like Abo Max Magazini, Abo Mai. I've been listening to a lot of these artists, and I've grown so much from these artists, as well as Abantu Bangaphandle, like Abo Chris Brown, Abo Drake. You know, I've listened to so many artists. So those are the people that have been motivational to Ikariaga Cheez Beezy. You know, for me to do well, to grow verbally, the way palanga kona ma lyrics, the way ngisho ngakona izinto on the songs. That's how you actually grow as an artist. You know, when you listen to how people that are successful in the music scene are doing things, you get to adapt now. Oh, this is how we do things. Yeah, and via social medias and how they execute ama releases wabo, the way ba release angakona music. Truth is izinto ekumele uzifunde as an artist. So these are the people that have been inspiring me and motivating me throughout my career.
Kuno Poshi Nkosi kuma comments line ubasho your story is interesting. Sino Kanchisa is one of the quite artists that's Eastern Cape na yokubukele ukuthanda kakhulu, interesting story na.
No, ngiyathokoza.
Into bengisazokubuza yona le ithingene kuyiso manje nje ukuthi e1022 ngasho ukuthi kwaNdebele you are the only artist engiyacala ethola more attention from some fans. Babiza ngabo bafuna ukuthutha ngayo emamole, bafuna ukuthutha nayo emamole, bafuna ukwenzani emamole. No, it's happening and we are proud of it. Ubhala ngayo ku Facebook. Kwenza ngani Brian?
No, but Kulcha, to be quite honest, Mina, I don't do anything. To be quite honest, I don't do to be quite honest, I think it's consistent. Consistency emsebenzini wakho. Yabona mawuzimisele something, eventually, you know, people start noticing you. Yabona mangabe uzimisele uzoqhubeka upushe throughout all odds, and then as soon as people get used to you, maba understand that okay, upol culture majiva, and you've been pushing for so many years, and into yenza leyo siyayibona ukuthi ireke vele, it's good, you know, because there's so many people who are artists but their music, it's just not good. Angithi, you must check ukuthi there's a talent, ne? There's a talent, and then there's someone who practices or who rehearses to be good at something. You understand? So mina, in this case, azange practice mhlambe, but ngizama ukuba perfect or whatever. I just kept on being consistent on what I do. And ngikhule vele vele ngiyi-musician. From my mom, from my dad, it's always been that way. My mom is a musician. Kahle kahle ngiyincelile tayiteng, uyabona? So it's in the bloodline. Mina ekhaya sonke siyakwazi ukucula. Uyangithola? So it's been something that I've been pushing and doing my entire life. So that's how I got to be known and loved, by doing into engiyithandayo. People really love when you're doing something ukuthi uyayithanda fully with confidence. We see okay, no, Paul Culture way better than presenting. He keeps on interviewing people, and each and every show ubuza ama-question are different, akafani. Once we get used to the fact that Paul Culture does that, eventually we love what you do. And when we see you, maslangana nawe sofuna ukuthuta nazithi, hey man, Paul Culture interview ama-celebrity, Paul Culture simbone no Big Zulu, yayibona into ezinjengalezo. Eventually nje you get to be that person.
So manje ukupla sosibona khona ukuthi nawo ku-industry ungenile upopile, ngiyiphi ingoma leyo owapopha ngayo owazizwa ukuthi no this time no ngifikile, just Beezy ufikile 1022 sesizwa ngawe-ke no?
To be quite honest, it's funny, but it's true. Ingoma mina, I feel like now I'm here. It's my recent song. It's Tshipi. To be quite honest, it has been Tshipi. As much as as much as I've been to the industry for so many years, I've released so many songs that I felt like they were big at that time. Mara, to be quite honest, Tshipi is the actual big song. Gizo zonke ingoma lezi engike ngazikhipha, well ngiyazi ama-fan wami anga-disagree with this, with Cheez Beezy, no. Cause angithi yazi ama-fan anama-favorite songs wabo. To say, mina yami favorite song yile, i-Believe, or i-Atomic, or yini. Mara mina, my favorite song,
Sponono.
Sponono it's one of the biggest songs. Very confusing, very confusing. So it's quite confusing, but to be honest, I feel like the biggest song is Tshipi, because Tshipi it's currently breaking doors internationally outside of South Africa. So also Isponono was one of the biggest songs. I feel like Isponono it did what it had to do, just not exactly how I wanted it to, but it was a big song as well. It was really a big song. But the song that I feel like now I'm here, it's Tshipi.
Tshipi iza njani motivation behind Tshipi? Yini into ekwenza ukuthi Tshipi, sitshela nje ngeTshipi, recording structure yayo, producer ubani, usebenze nobani, into esana nalezo?
Tshipi is my first ever song ever since I've found my sound. All along, I've been doing music broadly, you understand? Like in a sense of being a kid, what kind of sound I'm doing. It was just me doing music in J. It was just me doing music in J overall. So now, Tshipi, it's an introduction of me being a full-on Sotho artist. Because for so many years, I've been doing music in language yabanye abantu. I've been doing music in Zulu, in English, and so on and so on. But now, it has got to a point where I'm now all about originality. I'm now all about authenticity. I got to understand the kind of sound that I'm supposed to be doing. So Tshipi is the first song Eguti introducer as that artist Loyana Umsuit. That's why I feel like it's very much more important to, it's close to my heart, because it keeps the other side of me, the other side that so many people didn't know. There's so many fans that have been asking me, with Beezy, how? What happened? This is not Beezy Lotin, it's Mazio. but you've upgraded, not in a bad way, in a very good way. You know what I mean? So Tshipi, it takes out the other side of me, Uguti. I've been very, very skeptical and shy about. Mina originally kiabuwa hantle ke Mosotho. So which is why I'm now doing my music in the way I'm doing it in my language. We've had Ulilo, we've had Itlip Gang, people who've been embracing their cultures full on. And at that point in time, when they were, in fact, they're still doing that, but at that point in time, Mabakala, Mina, it didn't make sense to me. It was like, okay, and Debele trap, Debele whatever. I'm like, okay, I didn't get the concept. And from Dala, from Abosisco T, OGs like Abosisco T, they've been doing music in language. It just didn't make sense. Why? When I got to understand the why factor, a Puma from the originality, the Ndebele music and the concept, I got to understand now, which actually, now I'm supposed to be doing this thing in my own language, embracing my own culture, and not being afraid of the fact that ikamalam ngutapelo, and just put it out there. The more original you are, the better. I've been looking at people like Abos Java, for instance. Java's been doing music in his own language. He's one of the few people that scooped EPET in America, of which I've been, trying to work my mind around that. How did it actually happen? But I got to understand that the originality from Java's music, he's doing it in Zulu. It's authentic. He's not trying to sound like someone else. He's not trying to sound like Americans. You see, if you're doing music in English, I sit discouraged. No, don't do music in English. But now you need to understand that you are getting into a market such that it's not easy for you to be winning AMA PETs and so on and so on if you're not that original. For instance, if you're going to take your music as an English rapper to the States, for you to be even accepted in that market, you need to understand you're not competing with people from South Africa. You're competing with people from America because they already have that. You are giving them into Banayo already. That's why it's not easy for you to be accepted. Exactly. That's why it's not easy for you to be accepted to play your market. But now, if you come, Jengos Java, Jengo Big Zulu, Jengo Ngobuena, Upol culture, uza as indebele artist, uza as that original artist that you are. Trust me, it questions the entire craft. From Abantu Base America, they're like, hey, what is he doing? Hey, what is he saying? It gets more interesting. Pega Abo Jerusalem. We have it Jerusalem, which was one of the biggest songs in the world. Not country, not Africa, but in the world. Why? It's because of the originality of the content on that song. So Tshipi, my man, originality. So yeah, man, that's why I feel like, how's it, bro? Hey, Tara, away. So those are. This is actually the guy who just passed now is one of the people who's been rapping for so many years. Like us. Hey, Tisa, come here, bro. Can you please come over here?
Ubani igama lakhe?
Igama lakhe Uchisa Nyama. He's one of the people abacala i-rap la kwaNdebele, kwaMhlanga specifically, Oh, hey, bro. I'm on an interview.
Hi.
Hey, Cheez, Apatsera.
Hey, first.
Hey, sharp. I'll keep it. Hey, sharp, man. Cheez Beezy, umtshela ukuthi you are one of the rappers abacala this rap thing eKasi kwaMhlanga.
Yeah.
Akusitshele nje ukuthi ungubani and usibethele nje na few lines nyana nje. Few lines we rap.
Okay, man, igama Uchisa yabo. Simon aka Uchisa Nyama. And then into lesiqale around, it was back in 2007 after I get to complete the matric yami yabo. So that's when I started siqale ukwenza music yabo.
Oh, nice.
So ngoba wazi ukuthi impumalanga injani music kahle kahle abawuthatha serious from last khona yabo. So abantu abaningi asikhona ukuthi singachubekela phambili njengoba manje ukuthi music abawuthathi that serious like that. So masiyenza sinoyenza njengoba ingekho into esingayenza like isuba busy ngapha ngokunye yabo.
I was sharing a few lines here. I was sharing a few lines here. Few lines here now.
A few lines here.
Yeah.
Just a few lines here.
Drop.
Yeah, sure.
Drop.
Drop.
Puma wamhlanga clever, so what? You either got beef or you show love. I'm not jigger, but I go hard. My style is steady than the Paris Spanish cold yard. All I ever see is a bum, now my old God. Cause it's hard to be a grown up and still depend on your pops. That's why you call a machita sida off tracks. Nyam son to go broke that magne so what? Illegal business from lot. I try mine, man, go ahead, try your luck. Don't like the cops at first stand, yeah, let's fall back as they verkoop drugs, yeah, let's after your heart. It's hard in the hood when it rains, it pours. We got thug niggas, they be breaking laws, yo. We got enemies, they be settling scores, yo. I wrote a couple of songs just to get me talk.
Yo.
Yeah. Prayam in the building.
Thank you very much, Prayam. Sure, anyabonga Prayam.
Thank you, Rubalam.
My dog,
Keep pushing it,
bless.
I know Rubalam.
Real fella, my dog. Hey, Zara.
Hey, Cheez.
Yeah. My brother.
Eh.
I'm a OGs, Gela. I'm a OGs where Gela from Gwandebele.
Sengikhohleni ukuthi besikuphi kanje. Besikhuluma kanje.
Yeah, no, those are OGs. These are one of the people that actually inspired rap yakwaNdebele, kwaMhlanga specifically. You know, the person was working no Cisco T way back. Usanza knows the guy very well. He was a producer yakhe bekunguvutela way back.
Yeah. Ne.
He's very powerful actually.
Kune on your timeline kune clip la perform khona perform this song Tshipi. I mean Money the King was so crazy. It's like the crowd jockey was so crazy. Up and down. Yeah, that performance, bruh.
It was crazy, put culture. You know, it's very awesome the fact that Yoguti abantu abafana nabo Many Takin they support. You know, Many Takin is my bro. Young Tola, he's my guy. Mangathi uyabheka kuleya video, there's also Wangaza Uputo Mncane kaSanzalo, who's very talented as well. You know, I just love the unity that's there. You know, it's not fake, it's definitely there. So when you perform, and they are there, they are definitely going to show love. It's just unfortunate to see as now my video like Vela Kona Mina. If you can see the way Mina ngihlanyanga khona when these guys perform, it's because the love is there. We know that they are doing a fantastic job. And if Tina Sizobalapa and just act like, okay, we are celebrities and we're not supporting the performance, then there's no growth there. Because you must remember, we are Amalona, we are influencers, right? For us to act in that manner, if we are going crazy, definitely other people are gonna go crazy. Manje Nina, someone is performing and in a meal, you are like stagnant. That thing, Leo, it also discourages artists at some point, Jabon, because as funny, some of us are very strong. We've managed to perform in places where there was just 3 people. We've managed to perform for 5 people. But someone else who's just starting in the game expects a crowd, and then magathola Leo crowd Leo, they just look at them, they just stare. So Abu Many Takin, they're showing love because they know that together we are more powerful than anything. Young Twat.
Brian, in a question la evela wala makhoneni. What a question evela Austin Muliko. Uthi ama artist amaningi ya dying poor bathola ama accident endleleni ngespeed, drink and drive, basebenzisa ama drugs. At the end of the day artist masayishona uthola engasana mali in investment nalezo. So Brian, your advice kuma artist asakhulako nama artist asazokupopa in future, ipilo leyo celebrity kumele iphilwe njani?
Yo, to be quite honest, that's funny when I put culture, man. I'm a celebrity man in emhlabeni. So as funny how you use your money, that's number one. If financial literacy asinayo sonke, as fun. Nabanye abantu banenhlanhla yokuba nemali, mara abakwazi ukusebenzisa imali uyabona so kunabanye abantu bayakwazi ukuyisebenzisa mara abananhlanhla yayo uyangithola or abanandlela yokuyithola for instance uyabona so the reason why we have more artists dying because of hunger banganamali bafe uzwe bathi mele sikoleke for i-artist elithize elishonile alinamali it's because they don't budget they don't plan their things right uyangithola for instance also registration you need to register your music make sure that you keep track of ingoma zakho if your music is playing on radio you can't be happy for the fact that it's playing on radio but awazi ukuthi ama-royalties wakho angena nini kanjani these are the things that you need to know as an artist you need to get to understand how irisa works you need to understand how isamro works abosampra works all these things you need to learn you need to be very much educated I think the biggest mistake about artists the biggest mistake that artists do is they relax too much and not know the business side of the music because music is broad kunokwenza music just for doing music and then bese kunokwenza music and understanding the business side of things yeah so if you're an artist and you're out there you're watching this please make sure that you search indaba yomculo you need to understand the business side you need to search about izinto zama-royalties you need to understand ukuthi into zama-manager because sometimes amanye ama-artists get ripped off by ama-manager sometimes amanye ama-artists they get ripped off by companies because of not knowing ama-contract you see that's one of the things that ama-artists are failing to understand you need to understand ama-contract ukuthi ama-contract asebenza kanjani get to have a lawyer get somebody that you trust who is a lawyer pay them for their service and then so that they can read your contract they can understand your contract get to tell you ukuthi le contract le illegit or injani because kunama-rip-off amaningi kuma-contract kunento bathi i-fine line i-fine line good culture isebenza ngale ndlela yokuthi wena you'll think ukuthi yabona now on this contract is proper ngiyawina la definitely ngithola ama-million nani and like after like a year or two suddenly sizwa bathi umuntu ukolota boma 10 million ku-company or umuntu ukolota 5 million ku-company because they didn't understand certain fine lines on the contract so which is why you need to take time as well to read a contract get to have like if a company or if somebody comes and says when as an artist ngiyakusign they must give you at least approximately 2 weeks for you to go through the contract and decide ukuthi uyasigna noma awusayini na if a contract ifika and they expect you to sign within like 3 days then that's a rip-off because you didn't think things through and you also didn't understand what the contract states uzithola sewusenkingeni ikoloto ngenxa ye-contract ongayi-understand yabona so the reason why artists die they die because of lack of knowledge that's why you find it's there even on the Bible people perish because of lack of knowledge which is important to acquire information as much as information you can get write notes have notes if somebody says something ongayazi get to search about it research about it get to understand ukuthi into esoyisho ukuthini yabona don't be ignorant if you are being ignorant to information then you are doomed sizozwa ngawe kuthiwa artist so vele lishonile ngenxa yokuthi belinganamali kanti your music made enough money it's just that you didn't know about the money that your music made because you don't know the business side of things yabona so yeah that's why good culture we lose so many people lose bathi abanamali ba-broke and whatsoever
uphoshiya la kuma-comments uyavela ukuthi uthanda the way wendlela ngakhona ama-fans wakho your behavior around kuma-fans wakho wenza ngani bro yini into ekwenza ukuthi ube free kuma-fans wakho
to be honest good culture you are nothing you are literally nothing without your fans if you are doing music you need to decide ukuthi wenzela abantu music if you are doing it for yourself then you might as well be selfish uyangithola which akufuneki to be honest akufuneki but remember if you are doing music for people you need to love people you need to talk to people you need to greet people you need to give people that sense of belonging ukuthi hey I'm an artist belong no Cheez. Last night Jay-Z was on a space on Twitter. He created a Twitter space, not Jack. This other guy called Jack. You know, so many people were I don't know. That's the only way you can get as close as Jay-Z on that space with Twitter. You see the way he was responding to people, it was so nice, such that bengathenta kuku same room naye. Ukubona the way sikhuluma ngakhona nje. It was like, you are in the same room naye. You ask him a question, he responds. That's exactly how people that are influencers are supposed to be acting. I go to act as snacks because remember, if you're acting in a weird manner to your fans, literally you can lose a fan. Like today, Karatang some support and some support because uziphatha ngathi celebrity or njani. Regardless of you being a celebrity, mara kufuneka ubuntu. You need to be humane. You need to remember that nawe umuntu nenkinga una everything yonke into umuntu omunye I experience nawe you experience, so don't be acting more better than someone else. Mawubona abanye abantu ungababhekeli phansi, khumbula ukuthi indoda yawo iphinde ivuke. Ngelinye ilanga uvukile wena uzitshela ukuthi hayi soze ngiwe. Le impilo good culture ifana nevili. Ivili liyaphuncha sometimes. La ukhamba khona kamnandi ku freeway uzitshela ukuthi azini. No, ngiyafika la ngiyakhona. Vele lithi qha. What do you do then? Kulapho ke udinga bani? Udinga someone ozolungisa lelo ozofakela ilona ivile elisha. You understand? So which is why you as an artist, you need to treat people like human, as you are a human. You need to love people the way they love you. Pay like exactly how they give you love, show them love back. And also as an artist, who important to you need to understand that you have an image to protect. You need to understand that ubegiwe. Awufani nomuntu oguti is not on social media. They are not doing anything publicly. They are doing things secretly. When as an artist, you need to understand you're a public figure. So as a public figure, you need to contain yourself as a public figure. You need to act like a public figure. You need to respect yourself, love your career, your career. Make sure that your social media is also neat and clean. Hello, what? You need to make sure that your career is proper, so that each and every time, nama timeline wako, make sure that you know whatever you post is something engekizizikubambe in the future. Because when someone ezwa ngawo, oh, kuno Paul Culture, and then they jump into your account on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and they see into which is offensive to the community or to them personally, it's a problem. Because now you could have gained a fan, but now you're losing someone who could have potentially been a supporter yako, but because of impatho yako nezinto postayo, they don't make sense. The content I finally the person that you are, then it's a problem. So I mean, that's how I maintain myself, by understanding the fact that I need to protect my image at all costs. I need to look good. I need to love myself as much as I love other people. I need to love people the way I love myself. So that's how I contain Cheez Beezy as entirely as the person I am. Hello.
Coming to izinto osipostako. I mean, ungomunye wabantu abaposta kakhulu ku Facebook and ushare imisebenzi yabantu. The way ushare ngakhona like imisebenzi ngiyabona ushare abo Beezy, abo Banibani, abo Sanzalo imisebenzi yabo you share. But when you don't get that thing, we told it that thing back mhlawumbe abantu abanye bashare umsebenzi wabo back. Yini into lekupusha ukuthi ushare umsebenzi yabanye abantu without qala favor from kwabanye ama artists nayo the same thing oyenza.
Yabona put culture, when you're doing something good, don't expect anything good in return. That's one thing you need to understand as a human, not only as an artist, but as a human in general. Monza something grand. Do it out of love, do it out of the fact that we are tanda, we are funa, not because of funama favor. Because if you are going to do that, you are going to be very much disappointed. There's so many things that empilweni you get disappointed by because of my expectations. Yeah, so kill my expectations was override empilweni. You're gonna push without even stressing which house banbana ga push umsebenzi wami, house banbana ga post into zami. It's yabona ukukhala kusizi good culture. Ukukhala kusizi. If you want your stuff to be shared, be consistent on your work, do your work, just focus on your work, share people's work if you want to. You're not forced, you're not obligated to share people's work. So if mina ngishare umsebenzi wa someone, I'm sharing because I believe ukuthi ngenze ukuthi someone else ongathanda lento ayenzayo ukhona kulontuza yami, yabona, ku timeline yami. Hello. Uyabona? Injalo wena podcast. Hi.
Kunjani?
Ngiyaphila kunjani?
Asimbona.
Ufuna ukumbona podcast? Na.
Asimbona. Hayi. Kunjani? Asimkhulumisi.
Kunjani?
Asimkhulumisi.
Kunjani?
Kunjani sethi?
Hayi. Une-COVID la how?
Uyamthanda uCheez Beezy?
Easy.
Uthini?
Listen to this.
Why you uthanda uCheez Beezy? Why you uthanda uCheez Beezy? So why?
Ngenzeni?
Why uthanda uCheez Beezy? Interview le. Hello.
Ayibo.
Lalela.
Umngani wami mas. Kose ngithanda.
Lalela. Umngani wakho.
And ngiyambona talented lo.
All right. Okay, ukhuluma no Paul Culture siku live we are interviewing uCheez Beezy ngomsebenzi yakhe ayenzako. So yini le wena ongasitshela ngayo ngoCheez Beezy?
Yo, one thing I know for sure, he is so talented, open-minded, as in uzithandela abantu, creative, all these things nje. Ngizo.
Siyathokoza sinesithokoza isikhathi sakho nimsupporteni yana.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, indeed. Appreciate it. I'm back, sharp. But culture.
Sure.
Yeah,
So, Yeah, Brian, ngiyabona neobese. So, Brian, and I'm proud of you. And last thing ngakubona uthengisa iArch. Thengisa iArch. Baskars amajita aku same age nawe angasithola sendleni nathengisa. Wakwenza njani lokho ibhizinisi yakho ikhamba njani?
Yo, but culture, if you're gonna have pride in life, you won't eat. If you have pride in life, you're not gonna accumulate anything. Because I feel like a lot of people suffer from this syndrome, abantu bazothini syndrome. You understand? People have that tendency yokuthi bona they can't do something because abantu bazothini mabangibona ngenza so. But they simply forget that impilo ngeyakho. You're the one that's supposed to be taking care of yourself. Nobody else should be taking care of you but yourself. So which is why I took an oath to say, hey, I'm going to sell the art. I'm going to do the art. I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to do it publicly, and I'm going to share it on Facebook. I'm going to share it wherever I am, just to make sure that I get those clients. And it's very, very good culture. It's just unfortunate that at the current moment, but ngizobuya nge-Archer very soon. Hopefully nalezi zinto zama COVID nazo they ease up and then sibe right, uyabona. Yeah.
Again ngibona usebenza ne-Kulcha and Stone Solution.
Yes, iPulcha it came through uMusa. Kunobhuti ekuthiwa uMusa Handsome, uMusa Mzankomo. He's a friend of mine. So what happened actually was I created a Tshipi challenge. After a Tshipi came through, actually my fans created it, not me. My fans started sending me videos singing a Tshipi, posting a Tshipi while Tshipi plays. And then, they just told me ukuthi Tshipi challenge in Facebook, Tshipi challenge. And then I started posting my video with status. As I did that, umngani wami uMusa text me. He's like, hey, bra, nami ngiyeza ngale direct. Yabona? Ngelontuza nge-challenge nge-video. Bakunjani? God. Yabona? So, as the guy did a video, now we ambassador iPulcha M. So, Untanga did a video and played Tshipi as a sense of it's a challenge at the same time umsebenzi for yena yabo. So when he did that, he sent me the video and told me, bra, iPulcha M wants this video. iPulcha M is very happy ngale video, the song, And Portia M started following me on Instagram, you know. They started commenting on my posts. I realized, okay, this is a great song. They even texted me on the DMs. They're like, bruh, this is a lovely song. So, excuse me, that's how Tshipi came by with Portia M.
Again, ngibona unokuba too supportive and ngithanda ngendlela wenza ngayo uma local brand local brand ngiyabona Playmaker 6 K forever
yeah.
so inisebenzisana njani nama designers wekazi ukuthi mhlawumbe as-rappers ba-advertisele impahla zabo
Yo, well, ama-brands awafani with culture. The way angafani ngakhona nama-owners wakhona awafani. There's some people who understand that for your brand to be big, you need to associate yourself with big people. You understand? There's business in the line of brands and artists or influencers. If you're gonna take your T-shirt or your brand to, let's say, for instance, Kespanyo Vest, you say Kespanyo Vest, wear my Cheez Beezy T-shirt, because Kespanyo Vest is one of the people brand in Abo. He has his Kespanyo Vest T-shirts. So Yena, he's a big person already, he's a big brand already. So if somebody else comes ne brand yabo afuna pusha to an artist or to an influencer, they either have to pay or they either have to give them merchandise for free, or it's the other way around. It's either artist lizoza kuleyo brand leyo, it's you know what, I see potential a brand in yako, so I want to support you by buying the brand. Because take let's say for instance a Playmaker 6, ne? When Playmaker was alive, RIP to Playmaker. When Playmaker was yes, when he was alive, he knew that we've always supported his brand. I've bought the thingy, the mask. I bought the mask from a Playmaker before I even got to get a Playmaker for free. Now I get the Playmaker for free, which I'm like an ambassador, a Playmaker. You understand? So for me to actually become an ambassador, it's because of us supporting genuinely, not caring ukuthi mina ngi-artist ngideserve ukuthola izinto for free na. You understand? Because you must remember, these people have brands to also feed their families. These people have brands because they want to make a living. So you as an artist or an influencer, it being a model or a presenter or whatever, it doesn't mean you must take the advantage for lama brands. So how I work with these brands, brands they approach me most of the time. They approach me guy, but they approach me instead of me approaching them, because I'm a brand's man. And the country is big. Some brands, I even have this other brand in LA, Los Angeles, in America. Very soon, there's a guy who owns that brand. He's from America. I've worked with this other artist earlier this year. I was on his album, Mika Malaki to Prince Riley. So our song is out on all digital platforms called Jive Takey, Prince Riley featuring Cheez Beezy, Jive Takey. So I've been exposed to Imarket Yanga Pande, and so many people now started following me from LA, London, so many places outside. So these brands, they see a potential from our influencers. That's how I get to work with these people, by pushing my work. Yeah, but as long as you push your work consistently, that's how our brands come to you and say, no man, we would like to, promote umsebenzi wethu through it. Yeah.
Yeah, uyasebenza. Kune-Brian la engisibana nayo. So yenze i-brand. Ungam-advise uthini ukuthi mhlambe makafuna ukuthengisa i-brand yakhe to kenye mhlambe agcokise artist, yini into fana ayibheke, yini into kumele I-expect in return makagcokise i-artist, into esifana le. That process
okay,
so that process
process lena isebenza so good culture, ne? You need to first check ukuthi artist lelo, does that artist have a following now? because you can't be working with someone who doesn't have a following, which it's gonna lead to a brand not being exposed. You understand? So for your brand to be exposed, you need to first check if the artist has a good following, a good publicity, and akwazi ukuthatha i-artist ukuthi i-image yalo it's not good. You understand? Mhlampe, let's say for instance I'm an artist and kunendaba eziningi ezibad kuthiwa mhlambe ngirobha abantu ini nani, but I'm an artist. That kind of artist, when as a brand owner, you can't be associating yourself with someone who's going to influence your brand very negatively. Because mhlana city usbanmani simbone agcoke iskipa saka Paul Culture, and lo mundu loyo siyazi ukuthi okay, that person is not a good person. It's someone ukuthi urobha abantu imali wenzani uyayeba or mhlambe kunendabanyana ezisinacks eziphuma lapho, ibrand yakho izoku-affecteka. So firstly, check if the artist has good image, good publicity, and they also have a good following. And then also, are they consistent with their content? Are they good in this social media thing? Are they trending? Are they ahead of time when it comes to our trends? Because you need somebody who's very relevant to the industry. Hello, Vision. Sharp. You need someone who's very relevant to the industry. Someone oguti mhlana ayitogile ibrand yakho. Someone else do timeline nakhe uzokubuza ukuthi hey man iskipa leso ngasithola phi man. You need someone like that. So you need to do a background check on an artist or influencer leyo ozabe uyimbathise ibrand yakho. And number 2, you need to be willing to spend. Yabona, for you to benefit or to grow your brand, you need to be willing to spend. You need to buy clothes for that artist. Make sure that the artist looks proper, or the influencer looks proper each and every time. The more you do that, is the more people get used to the name, the brand. Kune brand ethi Paul Culture, and the brand lega Paul Culture is very interesting. Sibona igcoke Cheez Beezy. And the more people do that, because yabona as an influencer or a public figure, you need to understand that to influencers, you get to influence how the public views things. Generally, it being fashion wise, it being music, it being hello, sharp. Yeah, what? So you need to understand that you get to influence people's views, and even on fashion sets. So if you ngendlela ethize and sihlala sikubona ugcoka njalo, someone out there is gonna like or love the way ugcoka ngakhona, and eventually they would wanna wear like you as well. There's people who really love artists and influencers, such that they even change their fashion because of babone a certain influencer igcoke njalo. So kumfowethu ofuna advice when it comes to branding, please make sure that you associate yourself with someone on a good publicity, on a following a good. How's it, my brother? Sharp. Yeah, you need to have someone with good publicity, good image, good following as well, and then yeah, you're gonna be good.
Yes, ngifuna ne comment kaSandalo la kuphisi angazi ngilahlekile kupori. So lo ngifuna nayo. But he said something like uSandalo show something like ukuthi kube bekane information le anayo nje ayithole nje kube location la hustle gayi kude khulu, but ubhale something like that ngifuna i-comment yakhe angisayitholi. So how i-relationship yakho noSandalo injani, usebenze naye njani, umuntu onjani? Because khona la ngabona khona ubhale khona i-status ukuthi uSandalo is not just a producer but a music director.
Yeah. Yabona Good Culture, uSandalo is a music genius. Yabona nakuthiwa umuntu yi-music genius, isikhuluma ngomuntu understand the music to a certain level yokuthi akuna genre engafika kuye imhlulu. Yabona uSandalo is one person who is the reason why I said mina he's a music director. It's because he knows what's right for a song. For instance, take Isponono. When I did Isponono no Bob Mabena, uSandalo, we were sitting in our house. Sanzalo was doing a beat, and then he was just doing a beat for him. Isponono bengasingoma ami bengasingoma ka Bob, bekuyingoma ka Sanza. So Usanza was doing a song for himself. Upop, Nami. Upop felt the beat, was like, hey, this beat is heavy, bruh. I have something. Upop wangene my key. Upop wa recorder loga recordile. He recorded the hook. And then ngafika no man. Nami, I feel like I can add something kule ngoma le. And then I added something, we started backing up. It was so beautiful to make that song. We did that song in a couple of minutes. But now, it process your corner. There's certain points where I would sing in verse yami on a high note or in a low note. Usanza is that person who can direct you on how to make your voice to sound proper, on how to actually deliver your verse or your hook or whatever oyenzayo kuleyo ngoma oyirecorda. That's why I'm saying he's a music director, he's a music genius. He knows what's right for a song. He can also help you in terms of writing. When it comes to writing, he knows exactly the kind of market that an artist goes through, or the kind of market the artist tells them we are around you. You understand? Once he sees that, once he understands that, that's one thing I love about Usanza. So in relationship, no Sanza. Usanza is like a big brother to me. Usanza has taught me so much. I've been staying in Usanza last year for so many months in the same house, no Pop Mapena, no many Takin, Wangazai as well. Abo Ojiro, Tofolax, Abo Fezela. Those guys are my family. You know, Mangwana, those guys, I see my brothers. I've been Sanza Law, man. You know, ish. Mankulmango Sanza Law, Zning is in Tengazisho. That guy is a brother to so many of us. Not only me, not only the people that are famous, but there's people like Abo, either Unions, Abo Muriski, Abo Papino. There's a lot of guys that are here in Mhlanga. That guy opened his house, his own house, La Mhlanga. Wavule studio, wanigeza machita. If I can talk about that guy, singathatha ilanga lonke food culture. That guy, Samaria. Yabona nasithi Samaria olungileyo. Sikhuluma ngoSanza. Sanza's a good guy. He's a cool guy. He's a very talented rapper as well. Not only a producer or a music director, but a very good musician. So that guy, in relationship, it's a very cool relationship. It's a brotherly relationship. I've spent so much time no Sanza Mazi personally. Nina Lon Mazi on social media is a funny. That guy is very funny actually. In general, he's very funny. We are saying like it's funny.
Ngiyengafika lapha e-studio sakhe siselapha emhlanga lapha ngathola kugcwele kakhulu yazi amajini like recordiwa kuyadliwa kuyaphuzwa kuyabhengwa.
You see, that's one of the things. That's one of the things with culture. He's very selfless. Everything ngaye uyibekele eceleni. Uthatha impilo zabanye abantu azibeke number 1. That's Sanza Law. Sanza Law. And people always come and say, "Hey, Sanza Law, mara why when ungazibeki phambili mona? You've been doing music ngani." Athi no, mine sami isikhathi mfethu sizawufika mhlana sifika, and masingafiki it's fine as long as singibeka abanye abantu phambili, then it's cool. So that's Sanza Law for you. And I really appreciate that big brother of mine for putting me from the level before I even worked with Sanza. So much has changed. I've grown mentally, I've grown physically, and me as an artist entirely, I've grown so much because of Sanza Law. Shout out to Big Sanza.
Okay, Nomzan Fiti Machaka, one of the influencers zaseMpumalanga. Unekhwaya ezibuhle usebenze kakhulu nabo style, ngo DJ style. Powerful.
I've also worked with DJ Style actually. I've worked with DJ Style. Okay.
So, okay. I was checking YouTube.
Yeah.
La udlala khona ngengoma kaNomcebo ucula moya wami. I mean abantu bayithanda and but hey, do something. Msendela yona ayibone akhona ukufeature kuma album. So methi yini into yakuphutsha ukuthi udlale ngale ngoma nje?
But culture, you know, way back before lezi zinto zama freestyle, what happened was mina no Pop Mapena ne saqala C2 la kwaNdebele, saqala C2 sayenza ama freestyle. Yabona before Trip to Luga, when Trip to Luga came through, it came through because of ama freestyle lawo beswenza ne. So my first freestyle that I did, Upop was freestyling on this other beat, Yaga Rowdy Rich, on WhatsApp on the status. Marabanga freestyle is serious because that. So I texted him. I was like, Tanga, can you please send me that beat? And then he wang tumeleli beat lela. Then ngapalama ama lyrics for that beat. And then I started rapping. I recorded on the phone yami. And then that's how Lento Yama freestyle started. Then I did that. Ngathoma ngaposta social media ngenxa yama lockdown. Ayinto yabona ama lockdown phela asivalela thina ama artists. Asikwazi ukuyoperforma, asikwazi ukuya anywhere unless if we do things digital. So that's why we took an initiative. Azange plan we. You know, it wasn't something a planning. Upop wavele was shayela ama freestyle, ngazishayela ama freestyle nami. So Upop fortunately yapopa le yakhe one I freestyle ye piano, which I'm very proud and happy to see it growth there. From there, I kept on pushing. And then mina no pop sakala sakala sonke from I think in August last year. We moved to Ichoweki, sakala sonke snabo pop, and then that thing layer, my freestyle layer, I started going back to it. I was like, okay, I need to do ama freestyling ngoma as recent. For me to be relevant with the times, I need to do ingoma as recent. I think when Ikola Moya Wami came through, it was very new to the market and the trend at that time. Seeing the situation here, your country with the lockdowns, Mautia Mamela, we used to Ikola Moya Wami. When I've listened to ama interviews with she says when she did that song, it was also about the current state, yama lockdown and COVID-19 and so on. So I've put everything together to say, okay, since the situation is so, I'm going to put in my input to that song. Ngendlela ukuthi more ngathini it covers the entire situation. Indaba zama retrenchment, imisebenzi, those kind of things. And then the trend of futhi into yokuthi abantwana bebathunjwa and all that. So those are the things I like. I thought, I'm like, okay, no, it seems that and fuse them to one verse. And then I started having this concept of when I post, just so that I'm an artist, don't feel offended in a sense of when you touching on my arm, why remix or when that short chance has it, sharp. Yeah, but so I was like, okay, I'm fully offended. I'm understand Mina, this is how I would sound if I was featured on that song. So I did that remix. I did the verse, my poster. I was like, okay, if Mina I was on Sisnom Tebo's song, this is how I would sound. And then when I posted it, I posted on Instagram. When I posted on Instagram, Sisnom Tebo, and then she commented, she reacted, she was like, yo, this is fire, you're talented. One mention about 5 international companies like Abo Universal, companies like Abo Makoya Bearings, Utira, and so on. So she mentioned those people and all that. A lot has happened. That's how it all came about, because I've realized the situation last year. It was a hard situation for the entire country and for the entire world. So it needed someone who's going to add, that bit of rap in it, and then, akazekabat. So a lot of people love that song. Mangi poster with TikTok, it didn't trend, but someone from Cape Town, took the video from Twitter, why poster TikTok yake. That video reached about 30-something thousand views. Ama shares bega hlanya Kulcha. The guy even texted me, he's like, my man, please keep on doing lama video now. We need more videos. You are very good, you are very talented. So I kept on doing that until a certain point where I got to understand the kind of sound that I want to do as an artist. So that's how it came about with Kulcha.
And ngaleyo ndlela le imali yangena kunomcebo, because now iTikTok iyabhadela but isamro neTikTok sine-agreement ukuthi each and every ngoma edlala kuTikTok kumele kube nemali engenako for artist land.
Injalo Kulcha, which is we sell lapha la ngithi mina as an artist kumele uregister umculo wakho, you need to make sure that everything oyenzayo mculo it's legitimate before ukhipha ingoma. Ngamani ukhipha ingoma nje. Khipha ingoma because you don't know ukuthi ingoma leyo ngiyo engathentsha ukuphilo bakho yabona. So you need to take out a song knowing ukuthi it's registered, it's registered with Samro, it's registered with Risa, it's registered with Capasso, and so on and so on. All these companies, you must search these companies ukuthi umsebenzi wabo yini, so that you know your rights as an artist, you don't get violated. Uyangithola, ama rights wakho don't get violated as an artist. So injalo Good Culture.
You sound perfect enkulumeni zakho ucaleka kumuntu wazi story sakhe ukwazithola uhlangana kwebeef thiwa nasi into ezinizithandako nama-hip hop osho nama-beef. How do you handle i-beef? Uke wazithola uphakathi kwento efana naleyo?
Yo, yeah, hey, never my beef Good Culture. Yeah, well, ngeke kwaba nomjita way back. Like he dissed me. Uke wangidisa. Bekuyindaba zokuthi manje bengingafuni ukusayina. The guy is the very same guy engaya naye studio. The first session yami in 2013. That's the guy wangidisa. Yebo. So unfortunately angikwazi ukuthi ngingasho igama lakhe mara the guy nguye wangidisa anamajita wakhe. I think they were 4. Angizwa Good Culture.
Spawigama baba, spawigama.
Good Culture. The thing is, Good Culture, I can't, as an artist and as a brand, I can't promote someone. If I am to say something, if I am to say something, he has to pay me because that's free promo. So the guy wangidisa is a Good Culture ngenxa yokuthi mina naye besima artist angithi sazwana ukuthi okay hayi sisebenza sonke, we became friends, saba my best friend, we became so close imindeni yethu beseyazana and all that. Then as time goes, Good Culture slow as a recorder, I took you must remember I'm a pastor's kid angithi ngathatha intambo zasendlini zama keyboard. If my mom sees this and my dad sees this, bayokwata ku. Ngoba bayazi indaba le. So I took mic. Do you know Iberinga? Is it Beringa or Berinja? Brand le ama yepika nama mic. There's a brand, a very strong brand. Yeperinja. Ngathatha mic endlini Good Culture. Ngathatha intambo endlini. Ngazisa kubafo. Ngenzelela ini ukuthi ubafo sikhulise istudio, senze istudio sinaye ngoba bese singasasebenzi nomjite besebenza naye ecaleni. So untanga bought i-PC yekibo baba kumthengele i-PC, mina I came with cables, sazama ukuthi istudio sihlangana, sathoma sabereka sonke ke Good Culture. We started working, then kwafika abangana abatsha esekeli nakhe. Abangana abatsha nabafika babona ukuthi thina we are too close, bazama ukusihlukanisa yabona. Angazi ngayiphi indlela, but they've managed ukuthi basihlukanise. He started spending more time na majita rather than he spends time with me. So mina, I'm one person who's Good Culture, I'm a hustler. You know, I'm all about getting my work out there. I'm not about ukhala ngithi nomculo, then umculo loyo anguphushi angenzini. So mina, I would come with ideas to say, hey gents, if we can take our music and upload it to online, if we can do this and this and this and this. By that time into lezama online bese ngakadumi ngaleyo ndlela leyo. Yabona. So I came with so many ideas to the crew, but lo ufuna ukusidlelezela uzenza ngathi yena was too much. Angamangala mina on this other day, we after school ngibuye esikolweni kwathiwa kune meeting studio. So studio bese cover at that time. Kwathiwa kune meeting and it sounded very important. I'm like, oh okay, no ngizoza after school. So after school mangifika lapha Good Culture, ngifika ngithola la majita hleli mara yena umjita ungaphandle akekho ngaphakathi. Ngene ngifike ngihrunte engithola abathulile nama PC acimiwe. Ngithi kambani kwenzakalani? Ngibona etafuleni kunephepha le contract. How? Ngilithatha iphepha lela, angabi nomuntu ongistopayo, ngilithathe ngilifunde. Nangilifunda libhaliwe lapho ukuthi zibanibani production, icompany leyo, and then they are signing artists. So manje maloko ngifunda ngehla i-contract le ikhuluma ngama-dollars good culture yabona. Ikhuluma ngama-dollars ikhuluma nangamaranda. Na manje mina ngicabanga ngengqondo ngidayi khona mara i-contract le ngeke ikhulume ngento eziso ekubeni these gents bona bala abanamali ngokwabo abanamali leyo bayibekelani manje how am I going to sign something ewukuthi it doesn't make sense and then lamajita athi ya today we are signing contract angene lo umjita makangena abuza athi ngibani ophethe isky iphepha lele contract bathula amajita athi hayi omunye adayi uzithathele angimuka iphepha lela nakangimuka iphepha lela athi bruru last ne situation asafuna abantu abazokuza la ba record free unless bama artist wala ngithi mara mina ngi artist la lana ndoda sisebenza sonke athi ya mara fune ukuthi sibe sephepheni ke nje uyayibona ngito sibe sephepheni athi ya ngito okay no mina ngiba unginikeza iphephelo ngilifunde ngazise nabazali bami ngoba ngikwazi ukuthi ngasayina into abazali bami abazi sebamangala ngikoloda umuntu izinto engingazaziko or uyabona umuntu uyangibusa lapha ufuna music wenzani njani nakhona ngazi ukuthi into yakho ilegit lo munye ke athi no mara bruru uyasazi ngithi ngiyanazi athi ya uyasazi musuthi ungasayina soke sisayinile ungasayina ngoba uyasazi ngithi mina ngeke ngisayine dayide ngoba ngiyanazi bro phela kuya ngokuthi i-contract le ibhalwe and at that time I think I was 15 or 16 good culture ngithi mina no I can't sign this thing ngazi ukuthi this thing isengakangeni engqondweni ukuthi kahle ngisayinelwani ngisayina ini for ini uyabona awa ngixoshwe good culture kuthiwe ne brother ngithi awusayini vaya la hayi ngithi okay good culture ngivaye ngiye ekhaya nangifika ekhaya klari bengingasana studio ke ngaleyo ndlela leyo chithi mina kusana la ngingarecorda khona back to square one so nangibuyela ku square one ngitshela oledi phela bebathi bangisayina lapha ngabethela udayi khona yabona oledi athi angeke usayine something ungayi-understand mina nami right nakuthi uzima ukufuna e-music industry uzokufaka lapho ungawari indlela izokuvela then I think azangithathe like 2 months yabona 2 months kwaba nendabanyana cause lapha esikolweni sami bekunomunye umenyere bekangifrostana webusiness so ngam-approacha ngithi no ngifuna ngincede via i-guidance ne-management angimanage as an artist and all that yabona so umenyere loya umuntu osezimmalini yabona is a businessman is very smart is also a teacher ye-business so at that time I took it as an advantage to say uzonginceda via business uyabona uzongifundisa into eziningi and then saqala sasebenza sonke so kwenzekala ukuthi umjita wa-approach umenyere before me yabona so umenyere wathi no ngizokubona bro jama khe ngicabange kuhle indaba yakho le so i-approach le yabanjalo kwatholakala ukuthi mina ngi-approacha second mina mangifika angi-approve Hello.
It's Tshipi. Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Hello. Naam. Hi, kunjani?
Very
Khona.
Hey, ukhuluma noPaul la ku-Paul Culture Live. Hi. Ukhuluma nani nawe?
Yeah, ngiku-interview guys.
Sorry.
Hey, babise. Hi. Uyani?
Uthale best friend ami lene. Lo.
Yeah.
Lo i-best friend ami lo.
Hi, my friends, kunjani?
Bathi
Kunjani best friend?
Ngiyaphila wena unjani?
Yeah, ukhuluma noPaul Culture la ku-Paul Culture Live interview no Cheez Beezy and siyathokoza ukuthi nivele. So, umazi njani u-Cheez Beezy and
bathi umazi njani?
Mngani wami.
Kuluma.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cheez Beezy is a childhood friend who became a brother and a friend at the same time. Yabona? Bana yami le.
Ungazela bona.
Ngimazela esikoleni lo.
So ungam-advise uthini ngommusic wakhe?
ngim-advise ngokuthi like aqhubeke aphushe because usinikeza music alright and siyawu-enjoy music wakhe unama-message amaningi uyafundisa at the same time so yeah achubeke nje ngo-music.
And siyathokoza please ngiba ukuthi nibukele this interview masisiceda ne ku Facebook live ka Cheez Beezy nyaka podcast
mfanaka ubona ke
Bye.
sharp mfanaka
good culture
bese selapha ku beef lapha
bese lapha kundaba yebeef ne
get this yeah this
Yeah,
yeah
so-
lentwana
yeah yabanjalo ke good culture ngathoka i-studio and then well situation leyo ubafo makathola ukuthi ngathi i-teacher ram leya seyimanager mina no and yena phela ngithi abamanage solo
Yeah.
usalindele i-answer from i-manager i-teacher le teacher le ingayengeni so esikolweni igcwale indaba ukuthi mina ngingumntwana kamenyeri loya ngoba isikhathi esiningi ngihlala nginaye ukhona ukuthi afike eklasini angibiza athi ya mufukeni come sebangibiza ngomntwana wakhe vele but siyamazi umntwana kaluka umenyeri lo yebusiness so umenyeri loya ngumenyeri ukuthi bekasabeka too much esikolweni bekamsaba too much he was not an easy person to approach so mina ngam-approacha kunjalo and then mina azange angi-offere i-management wangi-offera i-guidance like umuntu omdala ukuthi if I have something engayi-understandi akwazi ukuthi angiguide angincede nokuthi ngithatha ama-decision right as a young artist yayibona so
Yes.
kwenzeka ukuthi i-boot culture around those years I was dating this other girl and then this girl is from Kalinen yayibona so this girl was in matric at that time when about culture so kwenzeka ukuthi mazithi matric ugela angitshela ukuthi ufuna ukukhamba nami siye ku matric dance yabona atne man angifuni anyone from esikolweni sami ozokhamba na ngithi mina mara esikolweni sakhe angeke bavuma athi no bazokuvuma yayibona hayi vele acele athola ipermission bacele nasendlini vele bayi-approve endlini no ungakhamba mfana umduna right so ke ibe njalo le ndaba thengiwe impahla nani nani yabona musimatric dance njalo thengiwe impahla and everything ndani ke manje sikhambe ke wena babu culture kuye matric dance kube mnandi man I've met so many new people there it was fun it was awesome but now kube ne situation yokuthi nasikhambako nangiyale eKalinen ngakhamba nomenyeri okay before i-matric kwaba ne-event ye-cultural celebration esikolweni sakhe eChipatabana lapha eKalinen nakuba ne-cultural celebration le bangi-invite but no Cheez Beezy sifuna uzoperforma hayi ke ngaya mangiya ngibawe umenyeri menyeri bengifreza ngoba umenyeri vele uhlala bomama Melody so ngithi menyeri man bengicela ungibeke halfway yabona mangabe uzodlula bomama side laser vele na uyabo maPitori athi okay anginankinga mfana omdala hayi angithatha umenyeri angibeke straight esikolweni lesa vele angafuni ukuthi jame angibeke somewhere ngibambe iteksi nani umenyeri angithatha ngise straight so that day leyo it was Friday ngeze esikolweni vele ngiphethe ibheke yempahla yabona nangabe vele bewuclose nomenyeri lo bekuba ne-status esithize man damani uza njani athomane nomenyeri obukhali kangaka so hayi vele bangibone ekuseni ngifika lapha ngebheke ngifaka ku-Mercedes Benz ngara kwadla ngivala umnyango hayi yazini ngifila excited phela se-eventini namhlanje beyiwa hayi kube njalo ke ngiye eventini thatha inthombe nomenyeri ekoloyini that day bile sikhambe nomunye umem naye ngomunye ukhali owaziwako too much khali khama nabantu abakhali yabona utayi mani yeses sikhambe ke babuculture i-event ibe successful i-event iba successful sharp the following week bekuyivekele ye-matric dance ayike khanjwe ke matric dance ba i-matric dance iphele chuthi sikhambe Friday sabuya Sunday nasibuya sibuya ekuseni we even decided no you know what let's go to church mina ne-girlfriend yami yamhlokho babukhali hayi ngiwe lapho shap fana ngiwe lapho esondweni kube mnandi vele ebile sisarokhini impahla ze-matric dance si-smart cool yayibona
dlala Cheez Beezy.
sifika lapha sithatha nenithombe-ke after church sithatha inthombe so omunye wabangani bethu had i-ring bekane-ring kuye so we posed like ngathi bengimproposa so I knelt down nganila down ngashaya ngathi ngiyamproposa sathatha isithombe but culture iveke leyo vele Monday azange ngiye esikolweni Tuesday ngiyabuya and ngibuya so ngiposte isithombe lesa abantu bathi congratulations ku Facebook abantu bathi hey Cheez Beezy uthrowile yayibona baba culture and nababuza i-girlfriend nami mhloko ngoba i-girlfriend nami bekungumuntu othi yena kanandaba ukuthi ubani uthini so nabambuza ukuthi wena bakuproposile reha athi ya ngithanda indaba athi ya vele bangiproposile indaba le yatrenda food culture yatrenda kwaba ukuthi vele abantu sebathatha udawu Beezy vele uproposile yeba nangibuya esikolweni Tuesday ayindaba iyatrenda food culture man yazini Cheez Beezy uproposile ebile Cheez Beezy upropose nakabuya ku-matric dance Cheez Beezy in how zange kuphele 2 weeks food culture ne sekuvela ingoma how vele ingoma leya ithi mina ngiyi-backstabber ingoma leya ithi mina ngiyi-backstabber ngifunisisa indaba leya ngithi phela abantu bayabuza ukuthi kanti manje nidisa damani nimdiselana nangithola indaba kuthiwa mina ngiyi-backstabber ngoba ngithethe 25,000 rand ngathenga impahla ze-matric dance ngathenga i-ring kwa-stance ngathrow i-girlfriend yami leyo ngathengela i-girlfriend yami i-matric dance clothes ngabhatalela the entire trip so imali le ibuya kumenyera but imali le bekumele kube imali ebemele ifande i-production yakhe umfundi yayibona so batsho mina ngibakhambe ngaphambili ngifike lapha ngathatha imali leya ngayenza into zami ngaphuma so ngiyadisiwa lapha engomeni leya ngiyadiswa by 4 I think they were 4 by 4 hayi bangidisa kuleya ngoma hello bangidisa kuleya ngoma le ingoma le trend esikolweni wena podcast i-trend akuthiwa mina ngiyi-backstabber ngithethe imali njengebhizi ngiyayitla yayibona and iveke leyo vele beloko vele ngithengana nempahlo yabona musa abantwana besikolo siloko sithengana nempahlo bathi nje uhlalele yona imali leyo yiyo like that hayi but culture yabona abanye abantu abarephako lapho banande bathi Cheez Beezy vele uyamsaba diamond like diamonds labo uyabasaba why ungarespond man ngithi mina hayi man it's not worth it man why kumele ngiresponde into angithi ngiyazi mina ukuthi akusihloniphi manje ngiyabona man yazi uba ne-pride wena but culture uba ne-pride such that futhi vele uyazikhukhumeza ukuthi ngimdisile uyangisaba ngekho respond yayibona so nangirealize ukuthi man yazi ngiyanyazeka la u-45 mil the very same guy lo was producela ingoma yethu yokuqala ang-approach one time athi mfo bengisestudio sakadamani uta mfana angacwaba mfana nazifika ku-beef angacwaba ungathomi ukuthi uyarespond ngithi mina wena 45 mil uyayithemba tayiteke ukuthi like ngiyamsaba damani mina athi mfo mina ngibona ngathi uyamsaba ngoba nako awurespond mina okay no it's fine mara loko ngidlela amathambo engcono but culture man ayingihlaleli kuhle ukuthi kumele ngirespond ubaba omncane nami nguMaria Jacob wakukwekwezi FM angazi uyambona
ngamnandi khona ngiyamazi
ubhuti omncane kababa so ubhuti omncane kababa athi mfana kake batarjike nail spray ngithi mina okay I see nail spray because sebenzisana ne-GNF so bekayo preach nail spray we had a weekend away that weekend leyo asikhamba sendleleni ngiloko ngiyayicabanga indaba le loko iyangidla uDiamond marongidizile mara yazi hayi okay so ukhumbula ukuthi mina na Diamond besima best friend so ngiyamazi ngazi ama weak points ngazi everything ngaye nangathi responda definitely ngiyomcima definitely angifike ne-straight ngizukumnandi semahotela yazini ku-fresh isikhathi leso ngisi-enjoy nangibuya but culture i-best friend yami yomjida angithi ngibonile le i-best friend yami yomntazana ne-best friend yami yomjida bathi i-ice cool u-ice cool umhlokho bekane-laptop ngithi kubafo ngifuna ukurecorda man yazi angina studio khumbule phela ngisana studio ngistakile ngithi mara bafo nawungathola icool edit mhlokho besiyarecorda ngendlela lezi abo cool edit ithi bafo nawungathola icool edit man ngakwazi ukurecorda ngine something engijisako ngifuna ukutsho something hayi vele ngithola i-beat elidownloadiweko ngiligibele podcast beat lela nangiligibela ngalicima 4 minutes max lapho bengihlafunya ngabahlafunya bonke vele bonke bayifonjaya mara the main focus bekumuntu oyi-1 imngane wami yeah ngambetha bang-approach esikolweni bathi net after school nangiphuma lapha ngizihlogomele bazongiroba seba personal manje ngoba nami vele izinto bengizitsho engomeni leya vele bengasi izinto vele ezingathi vele it was bengicima man besithe ngikhalimela inyazi ukuthi ne man ngithule ngabomu nangifunako ngaresponda nangafuniko uyabona vele ngiyilise manje yaba i-situation leyo esikolweni bathoma ukumhleka ngoba mina ngimngene ngazo zonke indlela food culture nade weyangakhona bantu nabambonako babona indwezi ekade ngizitsho engomeni bahleka uyayibona sekaba ijoke esikolweni wakwata avele from lokho food culture zange swane and the funny part is that besigena sonke same class so nje sisicalana snacks eklasini nani mara mina ngenza iphisi ukuthi no yazi ungidisile nguyo suse indaba le so mina angiziboni pause bengiresponda just to say ekuse nami ngiyakhona nangifunako so wena uyisusile imele ke yabona so ibeef leyo yaba njalo ke mina nangimbona ke estradeni hawa kwaba ukuthi ngiyamlothisa nanoma ngizonda njalo ngimlothisa ekuse sure angibethe ngebhom ngelinye ilanga lothisa ngelinye ilanga ngibethe ngebhom ngelinye ilanga yabona so yaba njalo food culture mara ngafunda ukuthi ngizikhiphe kuye ngabona ukuthi it's not beneficial for my brand if beef iba khona akube ibeef beneficial food culture akube ibeef ezosenzela imali ezosigenerate imali rather than ukuthi isidisane nje just ukuthi Cheez njani mara imali ayingene epocketeni then that beef leyo is pointless food culture yabona so ngayivala njalo mina indaba leyo yagcina ukuthi yazini nanoma cede isikolo kakade ngimgcinile ngamuva ngithi ngarelocate 2018 nangirelocate abo vele kwa ukuthi ngimgcine lokho vele since then yabona so indaba zama-beef zona yazi right good culture
so sesiyivala nje
yeah
sesiyivala nje ngizofuna ukuthi usho ukuthi umusic wakho utholakala kuphi bafuna ukubhokha bakuthola kuphi ungiphendulele nakumbuzo ubani owabula lomunye between uSkuva uDuncan nomthina Tsunami ngalama distracts wabo
leyo ngenzima leyo no food culture yabona nasifika lapho mina ngikhamba noDuncan honestly ngikhamba noDuncan is cock Duncan mara that's a hard one but umvumo wami utholakala on all digital platforms iTunes, Deezer, Spotify ungangithola nje na ku YouTube it's Cheez Beezy strictly Cheez Beezy CHEEZ BEEZY CHEEZ space BEEZY everywhere it's Cheez Beezy umusic wami kahle kwamanje awukho available ngaleyo ndlela umusic okhona online iCarolina neTshipi currently ngizingoma ezi online no ngoba ngiremove umusic wami last year nesponono well unfortunately by the time ilontuza islicker on live renovate the website but remove all the music so I couldn't upload it again but very soon it's gonna be available futhi it's available though on YouTube YouTube it's still available Sponono Cheez Beezy featuring Bob Mabena check out Tshipi is the new release music video ukhona mara ukaphumi very soon yabona it's gonna be there on your screens uzobona ku MTV base na ku channel O so yeah we're still working on that though samela ama dates mara soon ngizobe ngisho ukuthi ngelanga so music video izo-premiera ku-MTV Base na ku-Channel O. So with Tshipi, and then check out the Carolina, produced by one of the biggest producers in the country, Uron Epidemic, who has produced for Aries, Umgani, is produced for Abos Java, Abo Fifi Cooper, Abo MT, so many songs. Do Ambitious is one of the people about Guti Bacala ne Ambitious is Sasu. So he's one of the biggest producers about producer Carolina. So that's one of the beautiful songs that I've released. It's there on all digital platforms as well. YouTube, Twitter, you can check the links. Facebook, you can check the links. Instagram, everywhere. With Facebook, Cheez Beezy. My page is Cheez Beezy. With Instagram, Cheez_Beezy_SA. With Twitter, Cheez_Beezy_SA. Ngiyatholakala everywhere. If you want to book me, please, it's beezyagency@gmail.com. beezyagency@gmail.com.
Casper Nyovest or AKA?
But culture. But culture, come ngane mtela ungikhethise so. Casper Nyovest.
100 bars ngiphe eyakhambela phambili. La Big Zulu, Vegeta, or Mtina Tsunami, or Zakwe.
Zakwe put culture, Zakwe. Zakwe.
Your favorite brand is the hip hop. Not just hip hop. K Forever or Playmakers.
But culture.
I think ikileyo one. Ngoba manje sesebangini wethu expand brands uJoel Fire ispan sakhe simnandi kakhulu. uJoel Fire yasigcokisa na ku music video nami music video yami ngigcokisa. Mina phela ngabe wenza pasibhadise sima artist ngisekhulukhulu. Ngizakuxolela le.
Yeah, asomplif with culture.
Ayina stress. Anyathokoza. Ngiyathokoza isikhathi sakho man. I think sibe nesikhathi esimnandi. I mean bisela konke okuhle. Mina igama lami ngipol culture malibela bomtshana ngathi umrata ngwasidomnyana. Sukela mina sukela usomnyanya nakungimi ngi.
Danke.
Aha,